Well, welcome to this episode of the AT Show. Today we're going to look at high contrast themes. What are these? This relates to people with visual impairment and making changes to your PC to make it more accessible for the user. And so what we're going to do is have a look at where we can find those settings and also where it can be positioned in your particular needs. So let's have a look at this. So I'm going to share my screen if I can. Also share the audio settings as well. So what we're looking at here is the settings on Windows 11. Now you will find the high contrast themes in accessibility, which is here. And then if we scroll down just a little bit, we can go to contrast themes. On Windows 11, there are 4 basic ones, which can give different effects as standard, but I can almost guarantee that they won't fit every need, and in fact, in some cases, will make it harder for that need to be met. And these 4 themes of aquatic, desert, dusk, night sky all have different qualities. For some people, just having a white background with highlights can be enough to help them. But what I want to do today is to look into what would be considered custom ones. This is how you would choose the standard settings. I'm not going to do this because it would mean restarting the computer, which wouldn't help us. But we can actually make our own themes and customize them. So let's just go into one of these themes. Let's choose night sky. And I'm going to go and edit it. This is where I can make things happen and change them. Now, in many ways, what we're looking at here is the background is meant to be black, which is fine, but you can change that. The text color white. Well, for a lot of people, the text color yellow on black would be a more suitable alternative. So I'm going to change that to that. The link is the key thing. Now, the one that's chosen by that theme isn't particularly good for those with visual impairments, and it's worth checking links, because if you have it like this on a black background, it's hardly noticeable. So it's a good idea to change it. I'm going to change this also to yellow, if I can. And that way people can see that. Inactive text, yes, I can quite understand that that is a good selection. And then we have this selected text. Again, not terribly standouty, so I'm going to change that to yellow as well. So everything now has a common feel and a common look. Now, if I come to save that, it would be saved as a custom build for me. But I recommend that if we save that, that will then begin to look a lot like this, so that everything has changed on my screen. And you can see that the highlighting, everything up here has changed as well. So this gives a good contrast. And for a lot of people, this kind of background would work for them, especially if they went on the internet. So if I go to a site with lots of links, and let's see where we can go. I'll just have to come out of this so that I can make those changes. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to present again. And this time I'm going to share my screen, but I'm going to share the entire screen, or else we won't be able to make this happen. And we'll share all those things as well. So now I've got my screen back, but this time I have the ability to go and be able to share a different website. So let's come back. I'm just calling up a website, and we'll go to BBC News. Go to the home page, and you can see now that links are, or rather, we can see everything that we need to be able to get to places and have the information displayed in a way that can be seen, and even let all the actual additional things can be done as well. If there's a link or if there's anything, then we can make that happen as well. So I'm going to go back to accessibility, and just to show you what happens when we choose different other themes, we'll go back into contrasting themes, and I've chosen my course one, but I'm going to go back to say desert, and if I apply that one, you can see what a change that has made to the whole system. And if I go back to my web page, you can see it's very bright now, perhaps too bright for people and not easy to navigate. But what is useful is what's happening down at the bottom, because that can be more seen for some people. What about some of the other themes? Okay, let's go back again to settings over here. And this time we'll choose dusk. This is kind of an in-between one between what we've seen on night sky and aquatic. And therefore the background is more grey and dusky. And this can help some people with eye conditions that require much less focus of contrast, more to do with negating glare. So let's have a look and see how that looks on our website as well. And you can see that the background and foreground is contrasted. The links are possible in turquoise. So it's a nice calming look to the way things are. So that's another kind of tool for doing this. And lastly, I'm going to go and have a look now at aquatic. So again, if I want to change these themes, I can do them in this area, and we can apply this, and you can see now that it's got highlights going down the side. And if I go to the website again, you'll see that has changed to a more positive, more contrasting, or more darker black. Still got these blue areas, again quite relaxing in some ways, but we have to work with what the client or the person who needs the help needs to do with backgrounding colors.